All right, everyone, welcome to High School Hockey Night in Tampa. We're broadcasting live from the TGH Iceplex, the official training facility of the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're in beautiful Brandon, Florida, where it is hot outside but nice and cold inside. I'm Ted Boggs. I'll be your commentator, bringing you live play-by-play action for all our game coverage tonight on the Hockey Sports Network. We just finished seeing Plant Black take down Tampa Catholic 9-3 just before the game on this same side of the ice moments ago. Behind us is actually Bloomingdale and Sharks Gray that are playing on the north side of the ice right now. If you've not done so, please subscribe and like the coverage that you're seeing as well as past videos, and hit the notification bell so each time we upload the video or go live, you'll get notified. It is 100% free to you, but helps our channel grow. And the goal of that is to get sponsors so we can enhance the experience for you, the players, the coaches, through play-by-play coverage this fall of both high school and youth hockey. Also, if any of you listening love hockey and would like to get into broadcasting, dabbling in it from an amateur perspective, please consider joining the Hockey Sports Network as a rinkside commentator, color commentator, or a play-by-play broadcaster to expand our coverage capabilities. Or if you're a pro, I'll take that too. We plan to expand to pregame interviews, players of the game interviews, and bench coverage. Also, we dropped our first episode last night of Ice Time in the Barn podcast, brought to you by the Hockey Sports Network. There's a lot of improvements that need to be done to enhance that experience, but definitely open to feedback from you, the fans, as well as the on the coverage that we're doing here and also the podcast. So with that, tonight's coverage, we just saw Panthers Black take down Tampa Catholic, and now it's going to be Kelly's Heroes and Sharks Blue. And following this game will be Villa Grand Vikings versus Top Shelf. All right, so let's get into some of the information around tonight's matchup between these two teams. So our second game features the top two teams in the league. Of course, also a top team in the league is going to be Villa Grand's Vikings, who will be playing after this one. So we could end up tonight with three teams in first place. So second place Kelly's Heroes with a record of 5-1-1 against first place Sharks Blue 6-0-1. I kind of covered the points. So the point standing, actually the Sharks have 13 points and the Vikings and Kelly's Heroes have 11 points currently. While Sharks Blue lead the league with, I just said that. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. I'm trying to read my script too, so sorry about that. This is an important game for the Sharks as they have a chance to put some distance between them, Kelly's Heroes, and Villa Grand Vikings. In addition to some key skaters we'll get into in a moment, you need to keep an eye on the netminders for both teams. Kelly's Heroes goalie Ethan Jones has given up only 19 goals through 7 games, maintaining a 2.71 goals against average. On the Sharks side, it'll be interesting to see who they have in the net this week. With 3 goalies, it'll be a tough decision. But the player with the most time in the net is TJ Crayer with 4 games and a goal against average of 3.75. And that would kind of make sense to keep him there for continuity's sake. Now, also, Nolan Sloan has 2 games under his belt, giving up 4 goals with a average of 2.00 goals against average per game. And then you have Jerry Wilkerson as well, but he's only played 1 game for Sharks Blue. So we will see how that ends up tonight. I definitely don't want to be in the coach's position while trying to determine it with the best fit for this game with so many ramifications. So let's move on to the team breakdowns. Kelly's Heroes offense has scored 38 goals over 7 games, averaging 5.43 goals per game. Key skaters for Kelly's Heroes are Kane Otterbacher with 19 points, 9 goals, 10 assists, and Xander Parkhurst with 18 points, 8 goals, and 10 assists. What that tells me is Kane and Xander stand out not only for their points, but for their play, where they use their hockey IQ and look for the best opportunity for the team to score. They always say baseball is a thinking man's game, and that may be true, but I would argue that having a hockey strategy and thinking on your skates is, that's a requirement, and that would be much tougher because the split-second decisions you have to make on that ice could mean the difference between a goal and winning the game or losing the game, right? So one final comment is that 10 of the 14 skaters for Kelly's Heroes have scored at least one goal this season. As I mentioned, Ethan Jones is boasting his 2.71 goals against average. I'd also like to point out that it's not just the goalie that, yes, he has a great goals against average, does a great job preventing any, real, scoring opportunities, but what is also in front of him is that defense, which is very stifling, which reduces the chances of another goal by the team they're going against significantly. So with that, let's move over to the other side of the bench and Sharks Blue. And pay very close attention to the number I'm going to call out. The Sharks Blue offense has scored 57, that's right, 57 goals over 7 games, averaging a crazy 8.14 goals per game average. Key skaters to keep an eye on is Nick Macri with 15 points, 14 goals, and 1 assist. Tyler Smitty Smith with 12 points, 4 goals, and 8 assists. Hayden Stratman also has 11 points with 5 goals and 6 assists. The Shark team has really gelled well, which is why they're in first place and lead in almost every category. One item to show their unselfish play is 16 of the 17 skaters have scored this season, with Tyler Smitty Smith leading the way as far as points goes with 8 assists. Or I should say as far as assists goes, with 8 of those. The Sharks also have 42 assists to go along with their 57 goals. Finally, a big shout out to their defense. Without the defensive play, their near flawless record would not be intact. Again, they have 3 strong netminders, Jerry Wilkerson, Nolan Sloan, and TJ Crayer, but it will be interesting, like we spoke about earlier, to see who actually gets the call. All right, so let's move on and flip over to take a look at who's actually going to be on the ice for them. I will call out real quick. So number 39, it's interesting. It's going to be the goalie for Kelly's Heroes, and I'm not sure who that is. So if anyone knows who that is, please let me know. Also, there's going to be a player that has a number 1 jersey. Don't know who that is either. He's got a C on his jersey for a captain, so not 100% on who that is as well. But, again, if anybody knows who those players are, please let me know. The current listing of players that I have on the roster is Rory Harrell, Brent Lucero, Colton Murray, Kane Otterbacher, Colton Caputo, Wyatt Smith, Lars Burkhart, Sawyer Smith, Lane Gonzalez, Xander Parkhurst, Christopher Iannicelli, McCartney Schaefer, Ryan Eichler, and Ryan Doobie. Quick shout out to my buddy, my buddies Nick Otterbacher and of course Kane. They're up in Minnesota this weekend, so good luck to him. And the rest of the Otterbacher family, thank you so much for your support, and all you fans, thank you for your support. Riverview Blue, we have Noah Ellington, Alex Knight, Dominic Villagran, James Watt, Josiah Pershad, Justin Fernandez, Jacob Boyle, Samuel Laverty, Daniel Zick, Dean Herberger, Tyler Smitty Smith, that is, Xander Chadwell, Nick Macri, Riley Furbeck, Hayden Stratman, Jonathan Turho, and Alex Smargon. All right, I'm going to flip it back over so you can watch them warm up a little bit. Now, Sharks Blue is actually in the gray uniform, as the Kelly's Heroes is in blue, so it makes sense. There's no confusion. So, all right, let's get over to the action here. Just bear with me a second. About to get underway here momentarily. We've got about 40 seconds to go here in warm-ups. And it looks like, well, we got pink jersey, which I'm not sure who that is. That might be Nolan Sloan. I think that's who it is. Is actually in the net for Sharks Blue. So number 39, Merrick Phelps, is actually in the goal tonight for Kelly's Heroes. Who's number 1? No, who's number 1? He has a weird. I'm trying to find out who the number 1 player is. He has like an off jersey. It has a number 1 taped to his jersey, and a big C for captain. I don't see him now for some reason. Oh, there he is, right there. No idea. All right, so we're going to call him mystery player for the remainder of this one. And that's who we're going to think that's who we're going to call on that one.
That should be Christopher. Yeah, right there.
Iannicelli?
Yeah, I don't think he's wearing his jersey today.
Okay. I thought I saw Iannicelli out there, though. He's number 88. Maybe I didn't. That's okay, though. All right, so here we go. Momentarily here, as both teams, I'll show you the Sharks blue, kind of gather around the net, getting the pucks, having their conference. I believe that's Nolan Sloan in the goal for the Sharks, and indeed I got confirmation. It is from Coach Villagrant. And the Kelly's Heroes is now set. And we'll move back to the middle here as I was trying to say the goalies, the referees enter the ice. See if we can zoom in just a little bit more for you. Okay. There we go. Just testing out the angles there for you. Let's see here. So Smitty, Furbeck, Knight. I think that's Watt. It is. And so if that is indeed Iannicelli, so it's Iannicelli. Sawyer Smith. Oh, it's Laverty is the other Shark. I'll get the rest of the players in a moment. Ryan Doobie's on the ice too. Face-off won by Kelly's Heroes. And this one's underway, folks. This is going to be a battle right here. First place, second place. Again, a lot of implications for tonight's game. Pass ahead by Doobie to Parkhurst. Parkhurst tries to bring in the zone. Watts right there. Parkhurst shoots. Blocked away. Pass out to Smith. It gets away from Smith. And he'll have to reset as Knight comes down very quickly. Pass goes around to Doobie. Back out behind the net. Back out front again. Pass ahead. Breakaway for Parkhurst. And what a block by Sloan to keep that one out. Puck comes around. Picked up by Smitty. Passed ahead. Poked away by Caputo. Battling out with Knight. Doobie's now back on the puck. Doobie pushes it out to Iannicelli. Poked away by Turho. Turho brings it into the zone. Passes Stratman. Shot. Blocked. Chadwell's also out there as well. And Macri. And along with Herberger. It's a battle for it. Shot again. Nice shot and score by Macri. And the Sharks lead it 1-0 with 10:26 to go here in the first period. So Stratman, Turho, Macri, Herberger, and Chadwell remain on the ice. It's Eichler, Harrell, Doobie, and Wyatt Smith, along with Schaefer, for Kelly's Heroes. Pass ahead to Eichler. Goes around Nick Macri, and tripping by Macri. So Macri will head off to the sin bin, and we'll have a face-off. Looks like it's going to be down here. So power play opportunity for Kelly's Heroes. Early on this one, with 10:15 to go in the first period. Not sure why they're all down on the Newsom end. It's going to be on the Sharks end. Yeah, Ellington joining the ice, along with Smargon. And we'll get to the rest of the players in a minute. Lucero is also out there as well. Stratman's out there. Turho's on it with Sawyer Smith. Sawyer gets up to Iannicelli. Sawyer over to Caputo. Back out to Parkhurst. Parkhurst tries to deke around. Ellington does and shoots wide left. Iannicelli picks it up. Back over to Lucero. Lucero shoots, blocked by Ellington. Caputo tapped it, got it out to Lucero. Lucero dumps it behind for Parkhurst. Parkhurst and Ellington battling out again. There was a shot on goal, but blocked by Sloan as that puck comes all the way down. Icing. Actually, it shouldn't be icing. It should be cleared. That was an odd call. As the Sharks are on the penalty kill, so they had every right to clear that. So it should not come down into the Shark zone for a face-off. So that's really bizarre. With 1:08 to go. So I think it was just a mistake by the ref, not really catching that it's a power play for Newsom. And now this is even more bizarre that it's in the Newsom zone. So Zick joins the ice with Laverty, Villagran, and Watt on the penalty kill. Same five for Kelly's Heroes. Gonzalez joins. Zick battling out with Doobie on the boards. Parkhurst comes out with it. Zick's right there. Pass ahead to Gonzalez. Gonzalez dumps out to Iannicelli. Iannicelli bringing it in the zone. Iannicelli pass over to Parkhurst. Parkhurst shoots wide right. Harrell out to Doobie. Doobie back down to Iannicelli. Iannicelli dekes around Watt. Gives it to Parkhurst. Parkhurst back out to Doobie. Doobie shoots. Blocked by Sloan. Gonzalez tries to pass across the middle. Picked up, stolen away by Zick. 17 seconds to go into power play. Phelps pushes it, keeps it out of the net. Gets it back out to Parkhurst. Parkhurst over to Iannicelli. Iannicelli loses control. Parkhurst gets it and poked out by Zick. Back to even strength. Fernandez joins the ice for the Sharks along with Furbeck. Lucero has it. Passes around to Iannicelli on the board. Smitty's out there as well. Chadwell. Burkhart bringing it up the ice. Pass ahead to Harrell. Herberger battling out over there with Harrell. Won that battle. Eichler keeps it in the zone. Herberger has it. Passes it over to Chadwell. Chadwell up ahead to Furbeck. Lucero's right there with Furbeck. That's going to be icing on the Sharks. And so that will come all the way back down here for the faceoff. So with 7:37 to go here in the first period, it is a 1-0 lead for the Sharks. Again, the Sharks win this one. That will put them in command over Kelly's Heroes, but this will have to deal with the Vikings, who play top shelf next. So Alex Knight brings it up the ice. Furbeck trailing him. Gives it to Furbeck. Smitty is wide open right there. He takes a shot. Tries to get the rebound to Smitty. This just bounces too high. Chadwell tries to pass it, blocked by Eichler. Back down to Smitty behind the boards. Lucero is right there trying to keep it out with Smitty. There's a battle for it. A big battle, actually. Knight finally comes out with it. Eichler's right there. And the battle continues out to Chadwell. Chadwell shoots, blocked away by Phelps up and out of the rink. And the face-off will happen right there. With 7:03 to go. Coming on the ice for the Sharks. Looks like Macri, Stratman, Ellington, Smargon, and Turho. It's going to be Parkhurst, Yanicelli, Schaefer, and I'll get the rest of the Kelly's Heroes in a minute. Ellington back down to Stratman, back around behind the net. That's Sawyer Smith and Doobie, along with Caputo. That rounds out the 5 for Kelly's Heroes. Smargon and Stratman right there battling out with Doobie and Parkhurst. Doobie pins him between Parkhurst and himself. And finally it comes out. Doobie gets it. He's taking it himself all the way up. And that's poked away. Nice job by Ellington. Shot by Parkhurst towards the goal. Blocked by Sloan. Picked up by Smargon. Bounces off the board. Tries to get out front. Does. Cut off by Smith. Sawyer Smith. Stratman back across the middle. Macri wasn't quite there. That puck comes all the way back out in the far boards. There's a battle for it. They're going to call Doobie for roughing or interference rather. And there's a shot. That doesn't count. Or actually, it does, because it does count, and that is 2-0, or it should count, as a penalty was called and the Sharks scored. So had Newsom touched that, Kelly's Heroes, that would not have counted. So the Sharks now lead at 2-0. You got Zick, Laverty. So my apologies, folks, for that misstep there. Villagran, Fernandez. And I'll get the other Shark in a minute. Fernandez has it. Gets it over to, not sure who that is. I'll tell you in a minute. Pass ahead. You got Harold, Lucero, Eichler. That was a whiff. It was a stick taken away from Villagran somehow. Harold dekes around. Oh, he almost, and oh, wow, what a shot. I get a highlight reel on that one. Harold spun around and nearly got it in there. Fernandez tries to shoot, blocked by Gonzalez. And Wyatt Smith is the other Kelly's Heroes. Gonzalez bringing up the ice. Poked away by Laverty. Pass ahead to Villagran, just behind his skates. Gets away, and that's going to be icing. So we'll just stay where we are right here with 4:57 to go in the first period. Sharks lead at 2-0. Quick line change. You got Herberger, Chadwell, Furbeck, Smitty, and Knight for the Sharks. You got Yanicelli, Parkhurst, Sawyer Smith, Ryan Doobie, and Caputo for Kelly's Heroes. It's a battle forward on the boards. Pass up. Goes back behind the net. It was dumped in after the red line. It's a battle for it. Pass back around. That comes out of the zone. Now it's Chadwell in there with those guys. Herberger back out to Furbeck. Furbeck and Knight. Caputo right there goes down. Smith, shot on goal by Knight. Blocked away by Phelps. Puck comes up in the zone here. Yanicelli brings it in. Tries to deke around, couldn't. Parkhurst follows up. Caputo's right there. Smitty takes it away. Stick lifts. Gets it to Knight. Sawyer Smith tries to get it out. Does it. And a shot by Alex Knight. Scores. And the Sharks lead it 3-0. So here in the first period, the Sharks have put up 3 with now 3:56 to go. It's going to be Stratman, Macri. Looks like Ellington. I think Smargon, and I'm not sure, Turho. And it's going to be Harrell, Parkhurst, or Burkhart, sorry, Schaefer, Lucero, and Caputo. Or I'm sorry, Gonzalez. There's a shot by Stratman, sorry. Blocked away. Phelps goes down, tries to keep it out, and does. Puck behind the net. Picked up by Gonzalez. Taken away as he lost control of it by Stratman. Burkhart gets it out of the zone. Harrell has it. Harrell tries to bring it to the net. Ellington did a great job making sure he couldn't get to the net. There's a shot, kind of a lame duck shot, that makes its way to Sloan, who covers up. With 3:15 to go in the first period, Sharks lead at 3-0. It's going to be Schaefer, Harrell, Lucero, Gonzalez, and Burkhart, Fernandez, Zick, Laverty, Villagran, and see who the other one is on the ice. That is Watt. Villagran over to Watt as the Sharks win that one. Tries to get to Laverty, behind Laverty. Lucero has it now. Pass ahead. Harrell now has it. Right here in front of us as the puck comes out. Gonzalez blocked by Villagran. Zick now grabbed it, and there's just a battle for it here to get it between the Kelly's Hero Zone and the Sharks, in the neutral zone, I should say. Fernandez back there with Lucero. Lucero tries to pass behind him. Zick speeds down there, gets it. Gonzalez on Zick and Fernandez. Schaefer right there. Zick back around to Fernandez. Fernandez behind the zone. Tries to get it out to Villagran in front of the net. Does, and just off to the right, out of Villagran's reach. Pass back to the middle again to Lucero. Blocks it. And that's pushed out, and they're going to call icy on them. So that was Kelly's Heroes that pushed it down. And we'll come back down to this side of the ice. Again, thanks for joining here on the Hockey Sports Network. Broadcast of High School Hockey Night in Tampa here in Bradenton, Florida, the TGH Iceplex, the official training facility of Tampa Bay Lightning. Glad to have all of you aboard watching this battle between first and second place. We've got Smitty, Chadwell, Knight, Herberger, and Furbeck on the ice. Yannicelli tries to pass to the middle. You also have Parkhurst, Doobie, Caputo, and Sawyer Smith out there for Kelly's Heroes. Pass across the middle, the far boards, bounces off. Furbeck comes up with it, brings it up the ice. Tries to get it around, does. Doobie cuts it off. It's a battle for it. Smith goes down. Doobie now has control. Doobie passes ahead to Yannicelli. Herberger's going to beat Yannicelli to the blue line, or the back line. Knight and Caputo's battling out now. Caputo and Chadwell brings it up. Smitty trailing him. Gives to Smitty. Smitty to the goal. Blocked. Shot goal by follow-up on the rebound by Furbeck. And the Sharks now have a 4-0 lead. So, folks, data doesn't lie. Statistics doesn't lie. And that's what you're seeing in front of you tonight is that play. All right. So you got Turho, Macri, Stratman. I believe it's Smargon, and I'll tell you who the other Shark is in a minute. You got Yannicelli, Parkhurst. Pass ahead, tried to get it to Macri, couldn't. Turho's chasing it down. Wyatt Smith's on the ice with Lucero. 57 seconds to go in the period. Pass ahead now to Yannicelli. Yannicelli out front. Dekes around, shoots, wide right. Stratman on the rebound, kicks it out, and knocked down by Lucero. Lucero passes, tries to get it over to Parkhurst. Stratman cuts it off. Around to Smargon. Smargon over to Turho. Turho back around to Ellington. Ellington has it. Back to the middle again. Pushed out. That goes in the neutral zone and out into the Shark zone. That's going to be icing with 16.2 seconds to go. With a face-off right there. 4-0 lead for the Sharks. Again, if the Sharks win, that will give them a good distance between them and Kelly's Heroes. And next up will be the battle between second and fourth place. Sharks win that one. Stratman has it. Eichler right there with him. That puck is blocked. Sawyer Smith's also out there with Burkhart and Harrell. You get Ellington, Smargon, Macri, Turho, and that's the period. So, first period ends here with Sharks in a commanding lead of 4-0. And we'll get the second period underway here shortly. This is Ted Boggs, the Hockey Sports Network. All right, here we go, folks. Back to action here in the second period. Again, the Sharks lead it 4-0. Sharks now will be going to from our left to our right, while Kelly's Heroes will be going from our right to our left. Again, thanks for joining us. Glad to have you as part of the broadcast of this 1-versus-2 battle. So it's going to be a Villagran, Lucero, Watts. I think it's Fernandez. It is indeed. And I can't tell who the other player is on the far side. I'll tell you in a minute. It's going to be Parkhurst, Gonzalez. Gonzalez has it out front. That's Laverty is the other one. Or Zick. Sorry, that was Daniel Zick. Pass behind the net. Harrell has it. Dekes it around, gets it out. Gonzalez to the goal. Caught by Sloan. And face-off will happen right there with 11:37 to go in the second period. Iannicelli is the other player. And Fernandez has it, rushing up the ice with it. Tries to deke around, has it poked away by Sawyer Smith. Puck goes behind the net. Zick's right there on it. Gonzalez trying to cut him off. Parkhurst does as well. Pass ahead to Laverty, and Sharks will have to reset. Pass over to Watt. Watt tries to give to Villagran, cut off by Harrell. And I'm going to say that should not be icing, that did hit a player on the way in. Harrell has it. Tries to get it to Parkhurst, does, but poked away. Now Watt has it. Villagran has it. A potential breakaway poked away by Gonzalez. Back to Zick. Zick loses control. Villagran goes off as Furbeck comes on. So pass out. Herberger picks it up, tries to dump it into the zone, back down in the corner, I should say. Furbeck on it. Harrell now comes out with it after it was poked away. Smitty's right there, along with Alex Knight. Chadwell cuts it off. Back around to Furbeck. Over to Knight. Knight ahead to Smitty. Lucero brings it around. Herberger cuts it off before it goes out of the zone. Lost control. Furbeck back on it again. Picks it up. Loses control. Knight follows it up. Shot wide left. Smitty's over there. Oh, actually, Chadwell picks it up. Chadwell bringing it around. Gets it down to Furbeck in the corner. Furbeck dekes around. Doobie tries to go in. Couldn't get it there. Blocked by Phelps. And covered up by Phelps. So we'll have a face-off right there. 9:14 to go. We've got a line change happening. Stratman and Macri coming on along with Smargon and Ellington, as well as Turho. You got Schaefer, and give you the rest of the Kelly's Heroes in a moment. I think that's Caputo out there as well, and indeed it is. Shot blocked by Caputo. Wyatt Smith and Sawyer Smith, along with Eichler, and that rounds out the 5-4 Kelly's Heroes. Shot wide right. Back out front to Smargon. Smargon gives it back to Stratman. Stratman tries to go across the middle. Macri's there, but couldn't quite get it to it. It was blocked a couple times. Turho bounces off the boards to Macri. Macri back to Turho. Turho loses control for a moment. Forecheck for the Sharks has been really good. Kelly's Heroes really didn't have an answer yet for him. Eichler blocks that pass from Ellington. Turho over to Macri. Shot wide right. Stratman hustles, tries to take away from Caputo. Does. Turho over to Stratman. Stratman tries to dump it in, blocked by the goalie. Puck comes around back behind the net. Caputo has it. Gets it out front to Schaefer. Schaefer bringing it up the ice. Schaefer passes ahead. Cut off by Macri. Tries to pass ahead to Caputo. Macri cuts it off. Gets it up to Smargon. Smargon brings it in the zone. Dekes around. Loses control. And puck goes out of the rink, I think. And we'll have a face-off right there. With 7:46 to go, Parkhurst, Iannicelli, Harrell, and I'll give you the rest of the team in a minute. Watt, Filigran, Fernandez, Laverty, and Zick on the ice right now for the Sharks. Lucero and there's a shot toward the goal by Villagran, blocked. That's Gonzalez is the other one out there for Kelly's Heroes. Pass behind the net. Villagran has it, gets it back around to Zick. Zick has 3 Kelly's Heroes on him. That comes out. Harrell's right there to cut it off. Pass ahead. Iannicelli brings it out. Iannicelli to the middle, gives to Parkhurst. Parkhurst loses control on the pass. Villagran stick lifts, tries to take it away. Gonzalez comes up with it. Ends up behind the net with Harrell and Watt. Comes out back out in the neutral zone, so I have to reset. Pass ahead. Gonzalez dumps it in. Laverty's right there. Tries to push it out. Lucero keeps it in. There's a battle for it. 3 Sharks right there. Fernandez comes out with it. You got Gonzalez and Harrell back. Villagran trailing. There's a trip. And that could have almost been a penalty shot, to be honest, but that'll come back. Oh, I'm sorry. That will stay right over there. The face-off with 6:28 to go. 4-0 lead for the Sharks. Sharks will go on the power play. It's going to be Herberger, Smitty, Knight, Chadwell, and Furbeck. Face-off won by the Sharks. Furbeck over to Chadwell. Shot blocked, followed up by Furbeck. The puck comes all the way up the ice now. Pass over to Herberger. Herberger has it. Passes it up to Furbeck. Doobie shoots from the blue line, goes wide right. The goalie keeps it in. Sorry about the vibration there, folks. Up to Furbeck now. Furbeck brings it in the zone. Doobie's right there. Doobie battles it out. Furbeck finally gets around and pass to the middle. Nice block by Wyatt Smith. Smitty now has it. Tries to push it out. Caputo's right there with him. He tries to pass it backwards. Cut off by Wyatt Smith. Laverty to the goal. Shoots, scores! And Sharks now lead at 5-0 on the backhand shot, top shelf, left side for the Sharks. So 5-0 lead with 5:29 to go here in the second period. And looks like it's Stratman, Smargon, Turho. And I'll give the Blue Liners in a minute. Harold Burkhart, Eichler, Sawyer Smith, and Lucero for Kelly's Heroes. It's a shot on goal. Blocked out by Sloan. Ellington's also in there, as well as, I'll give you the other one in a second. Stratman brings it up, shoots wide left. Actually blocked by Phelps. Nice job. Laverty's the other one in there. Laverty has it. Back around to Turho. Turho out to Smargon. Blocked by, shot on goal. Blocked by Phelps. Lucero now has it. Lucero off the glass. Thought it was going to go out of the rig for a minute. As Harrell brings it in, Stratman trailing him. Harrell shoots. Blocked by Sloan. Pass ahead. Kept to Turho. Turho comes up with it, gives to Stratman, just out of Stratman's reach. Pass to the middle. Actually, there's a shot. Blocked by Phelps. Another shot. Smith blocked that one. That one was a hard shot. I think that might have been Knight that made that shot. No, it's Laverty. Sorry about that. Laverty now has it. Shoots again. Wide right. Watt now has it. Gives it down to Smargon. Smargon around the boards to Fernandez, who comes on the ice now, along with Chadwell. So Chadwell, Turho, Watt, Smargon, and Fernandez. Watt almost gets it past Phelps. Phelps gets over, but it was wide left. It's a pass ahead, and that's icing. And we will have a face-off right down there with 3:27 to go here in the second period. Sharks lead at 5-0. It's going to be Doobie, Gonzalez, Parkhurst, Iannicelli, and Caputo for Kelly's Heroes. It's going to be Zick, Villagran, Watts, Chadwell, and Fernandez. Fernandez, actually, the Kelly's Heroes actually won that. Doobie has it, battling it out now. Fernandez is right there. And so is Caputo, and I think we're going to see a penalty on somebody. And it's on Fernandez for slashing, I believe. It was indeed a slash. So face-off will happen right down here in the zone. So Kelly's Heroes are back on the power play with 3:12 to go. So Iannicelli, Wyatt Smith, Doobie, Harrell, and Parkhurst. On the penalty kill is Villagran. And I'll tell you the rest of the Sharks in a moment. Zick. Shot blocked by Watt. Watt and Chadwell, the other two. Watt doesn't clear. He brings up the ice short-handed. Tries to get it around. Tries to pass it forward. Doesn't. But it goes down into the Kelly's Heroes zone. Parkhurst over to Doobie. Just out of Doobie's reach. Stick lifted by Watt. Pass to the middle to Caputo. Caputo down to Doobie. Doobie misses the pass. Now it's a battle between Parkhurst and Watt. That's going to be an icing, so we'll keep it. Nope, they didn't call it. So it must have been tipped, and we just couldn't see it on film. Harrell brings it up the ice. Some line change for the Sharks. Dekes around, goes to the goal. Blocked by Sloan. It's Chadwell, Herberger, Zick, and Smith or Alex Knight on the power play. The penalty kill. Zick brings it around, tries to shoot shorthanded, blocked. Harrell gets it. Gets it out to the neutral zone. Ellington now is on the ice, grabs it as 34 seconds to go in the penalty. And that's going to go on the bench, and we'll have a face-off right over there with 1:42 to go in the second period. 30 seconds left on the power play for Kelly's Heroes. Same five on the ice for them. Smitty joins the ice on the penalty kill. So it's Knight, Smitty, Herberger, and Ellington, I believe. There's a shot on goal blocked by Sloan. It is Ellington. By Doobie. Parkhurst over to Doobie. Ellington picks it up. And Doobie smashes him into the boards. I'm laughing because why would you do that? Because now you're putting yourself into a situation where it's going to be even strength, but now you're going to end up in a penalty kill situation in 13 seconds. So still in the penalty, well, now it's even strength 4-on-4. It's going to be Eichler, Sawyer-Smith, Gonzalez, and Parkhurst. Herberger, Smitty, Knight, and Ellington remain on the ice for the Sharks as a faceoff happens right over there. Again, in 13 seconds, Sharks go on the power play. They lead at 5-0 here in the second period. Faceoff, won by the Sharks. Ellington has it, pushes it towards the goal, wide right. Gonzalez is on it. Gonzalez dekes around. Pass ahead. Parkhurst. Shot blocked by Sloan. Ellington on it and gets it out. And that's actually going to be, should be icing, and they're not calling icing. All right. Well, it was because the Sharks reached the red dot in time. Gonzalez brings it up the ice. So that's why I moved my camera and I shouldn't have. Goes back behind the net, picked up by Knight. Parkhurst tries to take it away. Parkhurst, Gonzalez, Eichler, and Sawyer-Smith on the penalty kill. It's going to be Furbeck, Herberger, Smitty. Furbeck over to Smitty. Knight and, like I said, Furbeck and Laverty joins the ice now on the power play. Furbeck back to Knight. Gets it back out front. Smitty tries to push to the goal. No goal. I think they're saying interference. So that did go in the net, but no goal. With 12 seconds to go, 47 seconds left on the power play for the Sharks. Furbeck, Knight, Laverty, Smitty. Puck goes behind the net. I think that's Smargon out there as well. Gonzalez, Eichler. Eichler has it, brings it up the ice. Clears it. And indeed it is Smargon. And that's the period. So we're going to move on to the third period with the Sharks in commanding lead, 5-0. With 35 seconds left on the power play when they begin the third period. This is Ted Boggs, the Hockey Sports Network. All right, folks, here we go. Get started with this third and final period. Sharks, again, like I said, in commanding lead right now. We got Turho, Macri, Stratman, Laverty, and I think that might be Ellington on the ice as well. Get confirmation in a minute. It's Yanicelli, Parkhurst, Wyatt Smith, and Lucero on the ice. It is James Watt. Sorry about that. Not Ellington. Battleford finally, I think it's Lucero has it, dumps it in behind the net. Yanicelli's right there on it. Caught between Macri and Watt. Pass over across the ice off the far boards. Wyatt Smith's right there. Macri as well. Tries to get it down. Laverty and Stratman's right there to keep it in. Puck comes out. Battleford in front of us here. Off the far boards. Laverty tries to get it to Stratman. Burkhart's on the ice now as well as the penalty's over. So back to even strength. Pass off the boards. And, well, Macri, it was finally within the zone, but Macri, it's a 2-on-2. Macri shoots, caught by Phelps. And that makes it a 5-0 game. Face off right over here on the left side. Turho, Chadwell, Villagran, Furbeck. I'm sorry, Zick, Fernandez, Villagran, Herberger, and Chadwell on the ice for the Sharks. Chadwell pushes down, deflected by Villagran, blocked out by Phelps. Villagran on it in the corner. As it poked away, Zick goes down, lost his footing. Sawyer Smith on it. Pass ahead to Yanicelli. Parkhurst has it over, loses control off the boards. There's a pass ahead to Parkhurst. Pass over to Chadwell. Chadwell to Herberger off the boards, the far boards. Zick and Herberger and Villagran. Zick gets a shot off wide right after Smith, Parkhurst, and Gonzalez was all over him. Back around to Fernandez, passes around to Herberger, gets away from the stick. Parkhurst now comes out with it, passes over. Blocked out by Sloan. Burkhart couldn't get a shot on that one. Parkhurst tries to take it away. Herberger pokes it out. Yanicelli and Burkhart on the puck. Lucero joins with Doobie. Pass ahead. Chadwell brings it in. Chadwell gives it back to Villagran. Villagran shoots. Caught by Phelps. With 9:19 to go. Face-off right there as Smitty comes on the ice as well. So for the Sharks, it's going to be Ellington, Smargon, Furbeck, Knight, and Smitty. We got Caputo, Schaefer, Doobie, Harrell, and Lucero for Kelly's Heroes. Behind the net is Smargon. Battling out with Doobie. Smargon over to Smitty. Smitty tries to do a one-timer. Couldn't quite get it to go. Just couldn't get a good solid shot on it. Ellington tries to keep it in. It does get out of the zone. Sharks will have to reset. Pass over to Ellington in the corner. Schaefer's coming down. Ellington tips it off the boards ahead. That goes over now to Smitty. Battleford right here in front of us. Lucero on it. Lucero back to the middle. And stays in the neutral zone. Finally, Smitty gets it out to Furbeck, who's now joining the ice. Furbeck shoots wide left. Caputo's trying to get to it. Sharks are all over it. Smitty dumps it back down in the corner. Doobie and Furbeck. Smitty finally gets it. Schaefer's right there too. Comes back out. Smargon keeps it in the zone. Kicked out by Doobie. Harrell's trying to get out of the zone. Over to Doobie. Doobie and Caputo 2-on-1. Shot right off the midsection of Sloan. And Sloan has been a wall. But I'll tell you, just like I said in pregame, Sharks defense have been incredible. Knight follows up over the goal as Phelps was down, not able to get up in time. Harrell brings it up the ice for Kelly's Heroes. Cross to the middle, blocked. Smitty kicks it out of the zone, picked up by Macri. Macri over to Turho, back to Macri, shoots, blocked. Nice job by Phelps. Or not Turho, sorry. I'm not sure who that is, sorry. No, it was Turho. I was right, sorry about that. And shot goal by Stratman. And it's now 6-0 Sharks with 7 minutes to go. All right, back to center ice here. Face off. Kelly's Heroes wins that one. Puck comes down behind the zone. Yeah, it's Eichler and Parkhurst, Iannicelli, Sawyer Smith, and Gonzalez for Kelly's Heroes. It's Stratman, Laverty, Turho, Macri, and Watt for the Sharks. Pass by Laverty over to Turho. Turho gets it poked away by Parkhurst. That goes back in zone. Iannicelli has it, drives, shoots, blocked by Sloan again. Iannicelli's pushed into the goalie. No call. Parkhurst has it, tries to wrap around. Kicked out by Laverty. Pass ahead to Macri, bumped by Gonzalez. Eichler tries to get out of the zone. Macri waits for the reset. Couldn't quite get a good shot on that one. Stratman right there beside Iannicelli. Iannicelli backhands it to Parkhurst. Parkhurst bumped by Macri. Kept in the zone. Parkhurst again. Shoots, blocked. Villagran's in there now. There's a little bit of a change. We'll get who that is in a moment. Villagran blocks Iannicelli's shot. Lucero loses control of the pass, has to reset.
Good job, Wyatt.
It's a battle for it in front of us. Can't see it right now. Burkhart. It was a battle between Wyatt Smith and Turho. Burkhart is back there. Bringing up the ice is Zick. Zick and Wyatt Smith. Burkhart, Lucero, Schaefer, and Caputo on the ice for Kelly's Heroes. Chadwell, Herberger, Villagran, Zick, and there's a whistle. Not sure. Penalty on somebody. Face-off will happen right over there, so it's a penalty. All right, not a penalty. I'm not sure, unless it was just holding up, and so the clock continues to run, just holding up the game. Maybe that's why they called it. Not sure, 100% sure why. But anyway, Chadwell shoots towards the goal, blocked by Wyatt Smith. Great job. Lucero and Zick battling it for it. Pushed the middle to Villagran. Poked away by Wyatt Smith again. Zick again, blocked. That time by Burkhart. Zick has it again. Wraparound by Fernandez, scores, and it's 7-0 Sharks. So Sharks need at least another goal here to stay up with their average goals this season. 3:28 to go as the clock continues to run. So it's Smitty, Smargon, Knight, Ellington, Iannicelli. I don't know who the other player is right now on the other side. I can't tell. So Yonatelli, Parkhurst, Harold, Doobie, and Gonzalez. That was Furbeck. Smargon brings it in. Drives to the goal. Doobie blocks. And they're going to say the goalie covered that up. So face-off right there. With 2:45 to go. Phelps having a little bit of trouble getting up. He may have been shaken up on that play. Looks like he's going to be all right, though. Same five for both teams on the ice. Smitty wins the face-off, shoots, blocked. Knight dekes around, shoots backhanded, wide right. Yonatelli has it, tries to get it out, can't. And the Shark attack has been incredible tonight. Their teeth digging into Kelly's Heroes and chewing them up and spitting them out. This has not been a pretty sight tonight for Kelly's Heroes. So on the ice is Stratman, Macri, Turho, Laverty, and Herberger. Same five, I think, for Kelly's Heroes. Herberger back out to Stratman, over to Laverty. I'm sorry, not Stratman. Turho. Down to Stratman. Back out to Turho. Stolen by Harold. Harold's bringing it up. There's a race for it with Macri. And let's see, Yonatelli comes out with it, but then taken away by Herberger. Doobie has it. Doobie dekes around Laverty behind the net. Sorry about that on the camera work, folks. Doobie shoots. Caught by Sloan. And it remains a 7-0 game with 1:10 to go. Clock continues to run. Line change for both teams, actually. So you got Eichler, Schaefer, Burkhart, Sawyer-Smith, and Lucero. So going to be Herberger. He does remain on the ice. I think that's Zick. There's a shot towards the goal, wide left. Schaefer, Eichler, Burkhart, Lucero for... I already called them, sorry. I think I got everybody now. Fernandez brings it up. Shoots. Blocked by Phelps. Followed up and covered up by the goalie. 25 seconds to go. So we'll have one more face-off over in the corner. So it's Fernandez, Zick, Herberger, Watts. So I forgot to call out who the Sharks were. And Chadwell. 12, 11, 10 seconds. I think they're just going to let this go. And that's going to be your final, folks. Final score here is going to be Sharks 7, Kelly's Heroes 0. So Sharks do extend that lead to 15 points. Oh, and over 11 points for Kelly's Heroes. Coming up next is going to be Top Shelf and the Vikings. If the Vikings win, they will be in sole possession of second place at 13 points. And so you'll have it lined up as Sharks 15, Vikings 13, and Kelly's Heroes 11. But we'll see what happens because things could shake up, and I'm sure Top Shelf has something to say about that. All right, folks, thanks for joining the Hockey Sports Network. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, help our channel grow, and get the word out. Again, final score here, Sharks 7, Kelly's Heroes 0.